This is the first part of the Pearson's Edexcel GCSE Mathematics Paper 2 Calculator Foundation Tier paper for June 2017. Let's begin. So the first question says 5p minus 3p plus p. So we're asked to simplify. So 5p minus 3p plus p. So if we're thinking about BIDMAS, then we would deal with addition first. So 5p minus 2p, and then that will give us 3p. And then we simplify m to the power of 3 plus m to the power of 3. So same base, same power. So that would be 2m to the power of 3. And then it says here, simplify 10 plus 3c plus 5d minus 7c plus d. So let's collect the like terms. This is a number or a numerical value, and all the others have variables and coefficients. So that's 10. So this is 3c and minus 7c. And we have 5d and d, right? So let's start with 5d plus d equals 6d. And then we said 3c minus 7c. So that's minus 4c. And then we can write our 10. So all in all, we will have 10 minus 4c plus 6d. Question 2 says, write 56.78 correct to one significant figure. So we can see that the number 6 is above 5, of course, so we can round up. So 60. Okay, question 3 says, a teacher asks students in year 6 what type of transport they use to get to school. The dual bar chart shows some of the results. So let's look at this graph very quickly, or the bar chart very quickly. So frequency on the y-axis, and then here on the x-axis on the horizontal, we have the mode of transport. So this is the key. So boys is in filled, and then girls is sort of sketched diagonal lines. So the question A says, what is the most popular type of transport used by boys? So looking here, you can see that it's going to be walking. And then it says 7 girls walk to school. Show this information on the dual bar chart. So walking here, we know that girls is going to be these diagonal lines. So then we go to 7. And again, excuse the fact that my line is not straight. It does matter, but just because I don't have the capability of drawing a straight line, I'm going to emphasize that they should be straight edges. So hopefully just by me telling you that, you should appreciate how it should look visually. And it says more of the students get to school by car than bus. So how many more? Okay, well, let's look at our graph. A bar chart. So we can see that there are 5 boys and 9 girls that take car, and there are 6 boys and 4 girls that take bus. So let's record that information. So car, so 9 plus 5 equals 14, and then bus, 6 plus 4 equals 10. So using that information, 14 minus 10 equals 4. So 4 more. It says, what's the total number of, so the number of students in year 5 is the same as the number of students in year 9. So what's the total number of students in years 5 and 6? Okay, so that means we've got 14 here, we have 10 here, we have 9 plus 7, so 16. So let's just capture that information. So we've got 14 here, we've got 10 here, 16, we have 5 here, and 3 here. So if we add all of that up, our answer will be 48. So I'll just put somewhat of a asterisk over here. So let's see, working out above. And then we can put our answer 48 there. So question 4 says, here are 4 fractions, 2 over 5, 11 over 30, a half, and 7 over 15. Write these fractions in order of size. Start with the smallest fraction. So the first thing that you'd ideally want to do is work out the lowest common multiple in order to change the denominators so that they're all the same, which will enable us to change the numerators accordingly and compare against one another. So let's just put that into words. So let's take the largest number, 30. So I can see that all these numbers, 2, 15, 5, are factors of 30. So 2 over 5, if I change that to 30, well, I know I've multiplied by 6. So multiply by 6. So I get 12. Then 11 over 30, well, that's just going to stay the same. Then I've got a half. So I know I've multiplied by 15. Multiply by 15 here. So I get 15. And then 7 over 15, if I'm going to change that to have a 30, so I've multiplied that by 2, multiply this by 2, so I get 14. So that means that now I've got, so 12 over 30, 11 over 30, 15 over 30, and 14 over 30. So which one working? Start from the smallest. The smallest. So look at the numerators. So this one is going to be the first one, and then we're going to have this as a second, and then our third, and our fourth and final. So if we write out in its original form, so we'd say 11 over 30, and then 2 over 5, and then 14, sorry, 7 over 15, and then a half. And that will be our sequence in terms of order size from smallest to the largest. Question 5. It says David sells CDs in a shop. The tally chart shows information about the number of CDs David sold on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. So you have that information there. That's a tally, and that's frequency. So if you add all of these lines up, this is 5, 5, and that's 3. So it should add up. So that 12 leads me to believe that this, so looking at this question here coincidentally, so write down one thing that is wrong with the tally chart. So first thing, instinctively, Monday has been incorrectly added. So then it says David drew his pictogram to show information for Tuesday and Wednesday. So it says write down one thing that is wrong with the pictogram. So this is your key. So this represents 3 CDs. So this is, let's calculate them. Start with the smallest one. So 3, 6. So 6 and 1.5. Well, that's going to give us 7.5. But on Wednesday it was 8. So obviously it says that that's wrong. So on Wednesday, so there are 7.5 CDs sold. So you obviously you cannot sell half a CD. So question 6 is different color. Says there are 495 coins in a bottle. A third of the coins are £1 coins. 124 of the coins are 50p coins, and the rest of the coins are 20p. So work out the total value of the 495 coins. So I'm just going to do something I've recommended before. Just highlight the information that we have. So third are £1 coins. So 124 are 50p coins. And then it says the rest are 20p coins. Okay. Right, so let's do this. So we want to work out 495 divided by 3, so to figure out a third. So that equals 165. So we know that 165 coins are £1 coins. So that means that there's going to be £165 worth of £1 coins. And then we know that 124 are 50p. So that means that the 50p coins equate to £62. And then it says that the rest are 20p. So we've got 165 plus 124, and then all of this is going to be subtracted from 495. So that will give us in total 206. So we know that 206 coins are going to be 20p coins. So therefore 0.2 times 206 is going to be 41.2. So now we can add up all of our values. 165 plus 62 plus 41.2, which will give us a total of £268 and 20p. Just write that in there. So £168 and 20p. Question 7. It says the probability that a new fridge has a fault is 0.01. What is the probability that a new fridge does not have a fault? So the probability that the max probability you can get, so max is 1. So probability that has a fault is 0.2. So I'm going to put P fault going to be 1 minus 0.015, which gives us 0.985. Okay, question 8. It says, here is a list of numbers. From the numbers in the list, write down the square number. Write down a square number. So a square number, remember, is any number that can be square rooted to give us a integer. So in this case, can't square root that to give us an integer. Keep going, keep going. Oh, there we go. 25, because 5 squared, just instinctively I know from doing this many times, 5 squared equals 25. So 25. From the numbers in the list, write down a number that is both a multiple of 4 and a multiple, a multiple of both 4 and 6. Well, I can just do 4 times 6, 24. So I know that the number is going to be 24. And then write down all the prime numbers in the list. So let's go through it. So this can be divided by 7, can be divided by 2, 23. Okay, so that's our first prime number. So it can be divided by 2, can be divided here by 5, can be divided by 2, can be divided by 9, can be divided by 2, 29. Okay, so that means that 29.